Hey, good afternoon, Manchester, New Hampshire, and all the surrounding area. It has been hot.
Oh my God, the last 2 days were brutal.
You feel like today we don't have a whole lot of news.
Yes, I'm very, yeah.
Because the weather just drained us out.
Right, I was doing really good till yesterday, and it just zapped all my energy out of me. I am
it
so
really
tired.
is.
My poor dog, she's hating this.
Oh, my dog, I take her out in the morning, but then she got to get her morning beauty like me. We got to keep it trimmed. And then during the day, she'll come right back in.
Yeah.
The animals are smarter than we are.
Yes.
They know
They
when
really
to come
are.
in. You agree?
They are. They really are.
do. They know when to come in and when they don't, and
Right.
like that. So we did have a guest scheduled.
But
La Rose?
Aura.
Alora?
Well, what you sent me, Aura.
No, it's supposed to be A-L.
So Alora.
Rose.
Okay. Well,
Not
either
very
way,
alluring, but
I didn't hear anything from her. You
No.
didn't hear anything from her.
you know
So
what?
we just
Like
hope
you
everything's
said.
okay.
Yeah, that's all we can do.
That's all we can do.
And this heat has made a lot of people ill.
Yes, because we went from such cold, raw, yucky weather to so
Holy,
extremely hot
yeah.
that our bodies can't adjust that quickly.
Well, I've said before, you have too, that, when you mess around with nature, look what happens.
You keep abusing your mother, she's going to fight back.
Yeah. And all these animals that are getting out of control, these wild animals, because people keep building and building and forgetting that the animals.
I wish they would start a moratorium where they could not build any new houses, that they had to repair and sell and fix up the existing buildings and
I
stop pushing out further into the country. I mean, the animals need somewhere to live. We can't just keep being such selfish people.
And and it's all greed.
It is. It's all greed.
And then then a lot of them will build these new
And laziness.
condos, or they do condo apartment buildings. Then they end up going bankrupt because they can't finish the job. Then it makes the area look like heck, anyways.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those, but I'm sure they're around.
Over by Second Street behind what's that? Applebean, that plaza there.
Yeah.
I think they finally got it done, but for years it sat there abandoned. And then I'm seeing now where the old monies are coming back. I guess, according to the way that I read the paper, it's a convenience store where CVS used to be.
Okay.
I guess I read. I could be, folks. If I'm wrong on the, I know they're putting a bunny convenience store in there.
Nice.
And it's funny. We were just talking about if they had more. You and I were just talking. Maybe the spirits answering our prayers for us.
There you go.
Know? Folks, we don't have any guests, so we're just going to wing it by ear. If anybody's out there listening and you might have a topic that you might want to talk about, feel free to give us a call.
As long as it's not politics
No.
or religion, because we won't talk about
that
either.
I won't talk about religion or politics, okay? If you are man enough or woman to come up and talk about your religion, how God is great without the Bible, I'll listen to you, but you got to do it here. No phone calls, But the one thing is, you want to talk about how things are going in your life, or how maybe you have a problem, and you and I will be more than happy to help them work with it, or they want to talk to someone who might have passed away. I have been extremely spiritually driven lately.
Good.
I mean, I really have.
Good.
And I love it. Because I'm going to a higher level.
Yeah.
Am I perfect at it? No, we've talked about that.
Come on, nobody is.
And I apologize to the people that were on previously to our show that if I upset her, that was never my intent. I think you know what I'm talking about. I don't intentionally intend to hurt anybody. Okay, so once again, but if you have something you want to come and say and talk to us about, we're more than happy to talk with you. And
especially if you have like some sort of charity event or something like that. Yeah. I mean, we're.
I gotta give you one of those new things about me. I keep forgetting.
Yes, your new bio. Yes.
Yeah, and we are having a big event coming up, and it's going to be for healing for healthy paws.
Very good.
And grooming. That would mean that I don't know if I'm actually going to put that on there yet.
I wouldn't put that on there.
But anyway, what that is, as you know, we're going to go, Lori and I are going to go to the animal, I'm going to give them the shots and make it feel better.
No, that's not what that is.
Actually, what it is people can't afford a vet that we will pay for it. Okay?
Right.
First of all,
But the
we
vet
will
must
ask
contact us.
Yeah, yeah. We will ask how much they can afford to start with. I think that's an appropriate question, you know. And if they can pay, we'll say $100. That would be, you know, what? Well, no, not to pay us. We can't force.
No,
you.
the money doesn't come to us at all.
No,
It's to
no,
pay for your
the
animal's
vet,
care.
Okay.
Right.
But if you want to donate it back to us to help another person, that will be awesome. We can't force you to, nor do I have an intention of doing that.
Right.
Okay. And I think it's going to take to really start helping people and look at maybe 6 months to a year to really get the money
Right.
going.
Oh, I did meet somebody who might be able to help us. I won't say his name because
That's all right.
I haven't. But he works for a very, very, very large dog food company. And he said they are always looking for charities to donate to. So I will contact him and see if we can get him
We'll
on.
have you as our grant worker. Sales
Nope,
worker.
I am not.
No.
Nope. We have 2 people that know how to
That's
write
right,
grants.
yeah.
We're going to let those 2 people stick with
that's
it.
what I have got. And I have a lawyer medium that's coming on. I'm going to kind of like, maybe I'll bat my baby blue eyes at him, or old gray eyes at him now, you know. But it's interesting. And folks, just to let you know, I am booked all the way up until August. So I'll be sending you the copies of that. Okay. And anybody who is more than welcome after August, you're more than welcome to make an appointment to come on. If you're playing a guitar, if you're playing whatever you do, as long as it's not being disrespectful to our country, to our city, to our state.
Oh,
You can
just
disrespect me, I don't care.
no. They
You know.
can't come on and be disrespectful to you. I will not tolerate that.
I'm just, you know.
Yeah, no, yeah, they can't. Anything disrespectful, they can't come on and do. But anything, like people who are following, who have not been afraid to take the leap of faith to follow their path.
Right.
People who are doing good for the community. Talented, artists, musicians.
Well, that's what I got. One, I'm gonna get a hold of allies for animals. I'm gonna get a hold of her to have them come on too. It's not. Believe me, this show. Don't get me wrong. I like being here. I like being considered a star or celebrity, and I hopefully you do too. Otherwise, we would be here. But we're not the celebrity. We're not the stars. The people that call in are the stars, and the
Our
spirits,
guests,
and the
yeah.
guests are the stars.
Yeah,
and the
spirit.
spirits that
Well,
give us a
spirit is the
message.
true star, right?
Oh, I found out one of the names of the spirits over there. Her name is Gloria.
Gloria.
That
She's
she
not.
just told
She's
me.
not the primary one.
No. She's one of the followers.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, we're going. I'm excited with this gentleman that was in here. His name was Eric
Yep.
Jackson. He's from the NAACP.
Yes.
And I'm excited about him coming on as a guest.
Yeah. See, I would like that.
It's
As long as he's not talking politics, he's just talking about
what the organization does.
about the organization, what they do, and things like that.
And I also would like to send out special prayers. It was a baseball stadium. I didn't follow
It was
much.
a baseball field.
A baseball field.
Yeah. They
Okay.
were just practicing for a game,
For-
an upcoming charity event.
Okay, I would like to send out special prayers for all the families that were part of it, and the members that were injured. Nobody died out of it, right?
Just the shooter, as far
Oh,
as
the
I
shooter
know.
did die. Okay, but for all the other people, I don't want. I'm not going to make it a racial or Republican or Democrat motivation. I am going to make it that we ask the Spirit just to guide and bless everybody that's down there. Okay, for the
Everybody impacted by it.
Right.
The families, the shooter and his family, because really, if he had known love, he would have never done
I agree
something
with
like
that,
this.
yeah.
And
we really do have to
and
pray
that's
for
true
that, too.
every time someone commits a atrocity.
Yeah.
People get mad at me. Why are you sending that person love? Because if that person had known love, they never would have done what they did.
That reminds me of that. Remember that young man whose mother was either a counselor or a guidance counselor or worked at the school in Connecticut?
Yes.
Why did she leave the gate? I blame her, a lot of that response, by her leaving it unattended, the gun.
Well, it wasn't her gun. It was. I mean, there's
There's a lot of mysteries.
there's a lot of
that
stuff
we
to
don't
that
know the whole
story
truth
we
to.
don't know,
But
right?
everybody who, honestly, I guess my heart's feeling that we're not do-gooders. Trust me, we're really not. But
I'm a
everybody,
do-gooder. I try to do good all the time.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, I don't.
Well,
It just happens.
because you're a jerk. So sorry.
But even for the person that people may consider the low life of low lives, and I've been down there and brought back up, but I'm a true believer there's always some good in everybody.
Right, and and if somebody feels loved, you're going to see that reflected.
Isn't that the key?
It is the key. That's why you got to love your family. You got to love your children. Now that doesn't mean you have to let them walk all over you or whatever. Like I struggle a lot with, I'll tell you, I hadn't posted something, a tribute to somebody I love very much, and one of my cousins went and put something nasty on it. And I said to him, "Don't you ever post something nasty to my page again." And he's like, "Oh, I wasn't being nasty." And I said, then he went off on his excuses. He said, "Well, I'm sorry you found religion." I'm like, "So clearly you don't know me at all, because though I'm a reverend, I don't believe in religion." So whatever. And I unfriended him and I blocked him because I can love him, but I don't have to have him as part of my life.
Absolutely. Like, I love all my nations, someday maybe will meet, but I can love them from far apart.
Right. They don't need to be part of your circle. If they're negative, they're nasty, they're disrespectful, I don't have time for it.
That's like with my son, and I am so excited, so very excited that my son and I are becoming a lot closer than we used to be. I mean, when he told me that he was proud of me, that was the biggest moment in my life. And I'm sure you can understand that too. And when he said that once we get the legacy going, he wants to keep it going himself.
Right.
Because he's very spiritually orientated. He
yes.
can really do a lot of readings. And you never listen to what I have to say, and stuff like that. I go, in time, remember, we're Moody still, and I'm a Leo, so I got to get, weigh it all out, and stuff. But we enjoy having cookout. And like with you, and I know there's a certain person that doesn't need to be mentioned names or anything like that, but I do know that this person is going to come and apologize to you and want to rebuild a relationship.
I hope so.
But I'm going to believe in it for you. How's that? Okay. I also need to send out prayers to my friend Annalea Normandy and her husband Charles, who is going in for prostate cancer. What do they do?
Prostate cancer surgery.
So our heart and prayers are going out for them. My friend Donica Patterson. She is going through a lot of tests because her tummy, she says it looks like an oversized balloon or a ball. So our prayers are going to be out with her. And then we got my friend Lorraine and Dave, who has a friend who's 103 years old. 103,
God bless.
She is feisty.
Nice.
She wants to go. She's tired, but her mind doesn't want to let her go. So I think it's just a matter of time, And for all these people who are not ill, we send all these healing prayers. I have a wonderful friend. I'm going to be doing a party in Bedford, and I'm going to her house. And her father has dementia. A very spirited guy, very nice guy. And so anybody, if you have anybody you want to call and say, hey, you want to wish happiness to, please feel free.
Yeah.
Even the people who are not good citizens of our country, I'm still going to pray for them.
And we should. We should pray for everybody and send everybody love.
Yeah.
Whether we agree with their principles or their actions or their political affiliation or whatever, that doesn't matter.
No.
We should still love them. Again, that doesn't mean you have to be BFFs
No.
and you don't have to hang out, but love and respect is important.
What's BFF?
Best friends forever.
Oh, I'm sorry, when I see them do that to me, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, all right, I'll play it. Well, I don't know what I meant. And, I got to tell you, my nephew's daughter, so it was my great niece, right? Mm-hmm. She just wants full scholarship to college to become a nurse practitioner.
Oh, good for her! Congratulations, that's awesome.
And at one of the harder colleges in Lovelet, Texas. So we're really happy for her. And then, of course, I told everybody knows that my granddaughter graduated, didn't go to the graduation, but at least she got her diploma. Okay. It proves, folks, if you want something bad enough, and stop blaming the government for holding you back, blame yourself. Don't blame other countries. Blame yourself.
Or your parents, or the economy, or whatever. Because, I mean, really, the economy is not as bad as people want you to think. I mean, look at all the houses being built, all the banks being built, all the businesses opening. Those things don't happen when the economy is bad.
No. And they got a lot more, and that's a lot. I'm reading the useless leader, union leader, and I get it for free. I'm not paying $1.75, so a friend of mine just, after he gets through it, instead of throwing it out, I read it. And there's a lot of want ads in there.
There are a lot of jobs out there, and I know I post them all the time. And the problem that I have with some of my friends, well, I want to do this. Well, as we know, sometimes that's not where God wants you to be or where Spirit wants you to be. And He's purposely, he, she, it, trying to direct you on another path. And if you're insistent on no, I have to have this job and do this exact thing and make this exact money, you are just stopping all abundance, all forward progression.
I'm not sorry I was a nurse. I'm really not, or anything like that. But I think a lot of times He allowed me to be there, but I was hiding through alcohol. I was not even a nurse. I was not happy. And I often think maybe I should have been experienced to be where I am today. But yet I had to go through the path I went to. So I don't have any regrets for it. Have you ever had a vision, if you didn't follow the path that you were on, have you ever had a vision of what it would have been like?
No, because I can honestly say my entire life I have let Spirit guide what I do. I've never been one to say I should, I must, I have to. I just never believed in that.
I think probably as a child, well, I guess I can remember me as a child, my foster mother bought me one of those little doctor kits with the stethoscope and the pills and the needle and all that stuff. And I guess I was destined to be in the medical field.
There you go.
Each other. I think about that, It was rewarding.
Yeah, really being a nurse on any level is very rewarding.
Yeah. And I get so discouraged. I hear people say, if I could change this in my life and that in my life, and I say to them, you could have. If I could have my life to live over again, I wouldn't do the same thing. I said, you know what? Visualize what your life would be like if you didn't have the past in your life. I saw what my life would have been like had I been with my dad and my mother. I didn't like it. I really didn't. Not that I didn't want my mother there.
But where you would have ended up is not.
When I had my forte, I probably wouldn't be alive today, to be honest with you. We can change our lives. We can change the course of our lives anytime we want. It's up to us.
Of course
we have free will.
I mean, every time I see, when there's, a young girl that's pregnant, oh, her life is ruined. Well, I'm proof positive that is so not true.
Well, I thought I was pregnant one day, but...
Well, you did go through labor.
Yeah, I did. Seriously, let me tell you.
Did.
I honestly wish more men would have to go through the swelling of it. Did your feet swell?
Not with the first one, but maybe with Jay, because I was on bed rest for 4 months with Jay.
My feet swelled. I had to go out and buy the sandal. My tummy really looked like I was pregnant. So of course, I went out and bought one. Loved the idea of buying the female maternity top, right? But morning sickness, oh my God. It was awful. Did you have morning sickness?
I did for a little while with Trisha. Not so much with Jay. Well, just a few days, but that was only because I didn't know I was pregnant yet, and I went on a roller coaster. Yeah, I was really sick for a couple days after that.
And they used to give me fried eggs.
Fried eggs?
Fried eggs, because then we go, oh, let's go out for breakfast. No, I'm not. Oh, come on, But they give me, because that would make me, get the morning queasies or whatever. And then I'd have all the craving, like, oh.
That's taking empathy to the extreme.
That was. And then when they had to give me 0.05 milligrams of Valium, because I really felt I know, it really was in
Mm-hmm.
pain. She said, I feel fine. I go, no. I'm not going, oh. But would I recommend every man to do it? Yes, I would.
I think they should. I think they should know exactly what it feels like. Maybe then, some of them would learn to.
Learn how to take responsibility for their family. And then, last week, no, Monday, I think it was, 7:30, one of the people who helped me with my very first show or second show when it was in the old studio over on MST. She and her friend went on it. They were sound check people and all that. Then I went to her wedding, and then I lost touch with her for about 10 years, and we got together. It was great. It was awesome.
Nice.
So she could be on our committee. And right now I have probably 7 of us. I think that's all I want for the committee itself. I think that's enough.
Now, you don't want too many people.
Because then you have a lot of difference of opinion.
Right, but that's why I keep saying on the board of directors, you should have
that's
no
what we
more
need.
than 5.
5.
No more than 5, because otherwise you get too many people with too many ideas. Nothing will ever get accomplished.
And once I get the paperwork, we have a volunteer who's going to do the website for us, which is cool. And then we got, what was her name there? Applewood?
Yulia?
Yulia, yeah. And she said she's going to write the grants, and I think one of the most disturbing things about people, and I'm not saying they won't do it, I'm believing that she will. With a lot of the people that come to us, or come onto the show, they're readers and stuff.
Oh, cool. Thank you. We like it. He's going to put a 15-minute video at the end. One of his videos.
All right.
Yeah, that's always exciting.
Yeah. Well, we got a big treat. We're not telling you what it is. Should we?
Nope.
No. Okay. But I know that you will enjoy it. Okay, so, but one thing that and I know it's in every denomination, but it seems like it hurts you, and I think I know my feelings aren't your feelings, I'm sure, and wonder what the heck is going on when they don't come, when a no-show, because to me it gives the people in our field a bad name.
Right, but like I said, we don't know. It's funny because because a lot of people still think just because we're psychics doesn't mean we're mind readers.
They think we don't, they?
Isn't
it incredible?
So we don't know exactly. I mean, we have our suspicions, but we don't have confirmation. We don't know what happened.
Hey, Mary, if you listen to us, pop on down.
Okay.
Give us a call early. Did you find her number, Scott? Paul, do you have Mary's number?
He just left.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, you're here.
No, actually, I don't have Mary's number.
Okay.
But, she's diehard. She'll call.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She will. She's pretty awesome.
Boy, somebody believes in Mary, too, huh?
Hey, who doesn't love Mary? I'm
That's
sorry.
right.
If you don't love Mary, something's wrong with
I
you.
got the volume up if she calls.
Okay.
Okay.
And one thing I want to compliment our camera people. I think they do a fantastic job.
Well, because sometimes it's the girl, right?
I don't remember the girl's name.
Isn't that awful? I'm trying to total blank.
What is that lady's name, Paul?
I think.
Which lady are you referring to?
The one that takes your place when you weren't here last week.
Oh, that's Kirsten. She works here a couple other days a week.
Okay. She does a great job. Very pretty.
Kirsten's awesome.
If I was straight, honey, I give her a boyfriend a run. I know they all hear that, but no.
You say that all the time.
We're very fortunate. We have we have a great camera crew here. We have a great thing here, and a lot of the stations, like I was told, the one down in Derry, they put you on anytime they feel like putting you on. It's not like any set time.
Oh.
Yeah, and this is what one guy was telling me, that he was going to do a show down there, and in Concord it was the same way.
Yeah.
Because they don't pay for it. And I don't mind if I have to give a donation to. I don't mind. Right,
Right. Well, you want to support the station that you're part of.
And I feel like it makes me feel like I'm part of the community.
Right.
And if you've got a jibber jabber, as long as you're not, and if you want to accuse anybody of something you think you're going to call my show, if you don't have facts or figures, you're on your own, pal, 'cause we're not going to listen to you. there are a couple of people who I know I will not have back on, and you and I agree on that. And, be nice to each other. That's the main game.
That's it.
I
mean, really, it's not that hard. And you have, I was talking to somebody, and they always get upset when somebody does this very specific thing. And I said to them, so you need to ask yourself why that specific action gets you upset. What is it about it that triggers you? Like, I know there's a woman that I greatly don't care for, and
you're supposed to, because you're a spirit,
well, I didn't say I didn't love her. I just said I didn't care for her. Because she does things that I find so morally, however you say that word. I mean,
reprehensible?
Just, yeah.
Hey, I said it for you.
Reprehensible.
Yeah, there we go.
That I just don't know how anyone could live with themselves doing those things. But I had to sit back and see why it triggered me, why it made me angry. Because she wasn't doing it to me, But
and that's the thing is sometimes when I don't see when I see what's going on, I don't like it. No, but then, like you just said, is it really harming me?
Right. Why is it triggering you? Why is it making you upset?
Yeah.
And that's what we all need to look at that. Every one of us needs to look at things like that.
I still can't get out of my mind. I told you about this incident at the park when they had this black guy, they had this girl, and what they were doing to her. And, to this day, I wish I'd had my flashlight or my camera and shined it on because I don't know what they were doing, but it didn't look healthy. And to this day, something like that bothers me. And it would you too, We
Absolutely.
don't have to rape each other. We don't have to drug each other up to. There's so much going on. We got a lot. Manchester has a lot of great activities. Merrimack does too.
Oh yeah, this whole state of New Hampshire is just such an amazing, amazing place. And really, I could live anywhere in this country if I wanted to. And Bruce and I, we looked at it, we talked about it, we investigated, and we decided there really is no better place for us than New Hampshire. There is so much to do. There's so much community. There, the good people. You have the mountains, you have the city, you have the ocean. Everything is here. And it saddens me when people don't see it. They don't recognize it. They don't appreciate it.
And, I can't. That's like when I went to school in California. I couldn't wait to leave New Hampshire. You know what I'm saying? And I'm probably never going to come back. You know what? I was gone. 4 years later, I'm back. And this is my home. There's something about New England that draws us back. Of course, there again, I always tell people, like my friend Bishop Paul, he was born in America, but he feels that France, where the what do you call it? The when the monks live.
Monastery?
The monastery, yeah. That's his home. That's like the people that come, like I have friends that come from Kenya all over the world that come here, and this is their home. Okay, so why can't people who leave America maybe find a home in some other country? Who would say, because you live in this country, or you're born in this country, that you're not allowed to live in another country? That's so wrong.
I've never heard anyone say that. But yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, but no, I've had a lot of. I really have. But they're American citizens. So what?
So they can't live somewhere else?
Yeah.
That's silly. Yeah. I know people live all over the world.
Yeah. And like there's this family that live in England, and there's a big, although they haven't been over here in 11 years, or 15 years rather, they own a house in Ware, New Hampshire, and they still have the right to vote even though they don't live here. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that.
Why not? They're citizens. They maintain their...
They're dual citizens.
Okay, but they maintain their residence here, and they probably follow the politics here closer than people that live here.
But, and there again, I don't have to understand it. It's not my job to understand it.
Right, and we don't know why they live in the other country. I mean, there could be all kinds of reasons.
Yeah. And one thing that I know that is coming very soon is big time bad weather. You think you had it hot here the last, 2-3 days? People, wake up. First you complain because it's raining too hard, and I'm just one of them, and I'm not different than anybody else. Then we complain because it's too hot, you know.
Yeah, you can't please people.
No, and today I thought was great.
Yeah, today's been a beautiful day.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there sunbathing in the sun, you know. No, I kept my clothes on, but anyway, didn't want to, but I had to, you know. And Her Highness, my dog, decided she had to go lay in the park, and she just loved rolling in the grass in the park. And they're smart. Animals are smarter than we are.
Yeah, they definitely are. I tell you, I take a lot of cues from my dog because I trust her instincts.
If you look at the animals, they know when to hide, and they don't go out into the sun like idiots do. They don't allow themselves to get sunburned or whatever.
But like people, some dogs love the sun and want to lay out in it. And some of them hate the sun and never want to be in it. So, you know, just like people, they're diverse. And
folks, do me a favor. Make sure that if you have your dog out there for a while, please make sure that they have water.
Yeah, and, you know,
and a cool area.
You don't have to take your dog with you everywhere you go.
Actually, I'm against bringing dogs in cars.
Leave them at home. They're safer there. You can go about your business. If you get held up doing whatever you're doing, you don't have to worry about them being in the car. I mean, it is amazing to me in this country, as educated as we all are, how many dogs or children are killed every year. And I don't know the exact number, so if somebody does, they can call and tell us. But there's way too many of them that die from being left in hot cars. Well, you know, I thought it'd be okay. No, it's not. Leave them home.
I'm a firm believer in leaving your animals at home.
Yeah.
I really am. What scares the hell out of me is that when they have a dog in their arm and they're driving the dog's headed out the driver's window and all that.
It's
That's
dangerous.
The most unsafe.
It's distracting. Yeah, no, I agree. For everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll take Annie every now and then for a ride in the car, usually just to class and back, but sometimes we'll take her for it. But she stays in the back seat. She doesn't get in the front seat. She doesn't, you know, try to sit in the driver's lap or any of that craziness.
That's the owner's fault.
Right. You know, and to say, well, the dog likes it. Well, you know what? If your kid liked being strapped to the roof of the car, you wouldn't do that.
Well, I would.
Okay, spiritualvisionary.net. That's his email.
But speaking of that, you know, I can remember we used to, well before your time, I'm sure, we used to be able to ride in the back of the truck, standing up or sitting in the back.
We did that as a kid.
Did you do it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It was fun.
It was fun, but you got to remember there were less drivers back then.
And just hang on.
The speed limit was generally a lot less everywhere, and people were more cognizant.
Yeah.
So, you know, like if one of your friends fell out of the vehicle, somebody would know and say something and you'd stop. You know,
you bang on the roof, hey,
right,
so.
Where they don't always do that these days.
I tried to push my father out. He wouldn't go out.
Well, you know, that's between you and your father.
Oh, yeah. That he forgave me for it. But, you know, and then and the things that, you know, nobody goes out. You know, my granddaughter, I love her dearly, but her boyfriend likes to hike and walk, and so I said, you got to become more active in hiking. Mm-hmm. You don't have to go out in the boiling hot weather.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm going to be enjoying Planet Fitness, but I got enough exercise area. I got the big park, as you know, where I can walk around, and I'm going to get me some real cute shorts, I think, some nice bright pink or yellow. I haven't decided yet, you know, so I'm going with my hair, you know. But no, I'm always people take it seriously. But,
I keep telling you, everything you say on this station, people are going to listen to.
But I am going to start exercising more. I've lost some weight, but I truly want to lose a lot more. My health is really more important to me, but I refuse to take the medication they want me to go on.
Well, and you know, as you know, there's so many ways that we can get healthy without taking the medications. And don't get me wrong, there are times when medication is necessary.
Oh, yeah.
But don't make that your first choice.
And we were very blessed. One of my neighbors out front from Nepal, they bought themselves a new water bubbler. So they gave us their works just fine. I'm not too proud, you know. And we have an air conditioner that they were going to throw out, so we brought it to keep the office cool. You know, it's almost like recycling.
Well, it is. It is. It is recycling.
Why throw it away
right.
if it
If it's
works?
good, right. And yeah, stop throwing away things that are perfectly good. There are so many organizations that will take it. Habitat Restore, Goodwill, Salvation Army, Savers, all the Boy Scout troops, they gather stuff to sell at their yard sales. I mean, there's tons of places, and a lot of them will come and get it. Not all of them, but stop throwing away things that are perfectly fine just because you don't want it.
You ever go to Goodwill?
Yeah.
You like it? Come see, come saw?
Yeah, it depends.
They have some good things in there.
Right,
Bad,
yeah.
So I've never been to one, so I'm thinking about trying it soon, I went to Savers. They had some good things over there, too. And I go to the family outfitter once in a while.
I haven't been there in
I won't buy
years
their clothes,
and years and years.
They have a lot of little angel knickknacks that I buy. If I see all of them in there, I clean them all out. One lady says, "Uh-oh, if you want the angel, go grab them." Because he's going to get them, and I do. I grab them all, And because when I buy angels, like a lot of times I give them to the clients when I feel really, that they need to have that reassurance, okay? And like I got to reorder some steak because when I do events, I like to give them steaks, and they appreciate it. They think they're getting a little added bonus for them.
Right, a little something, which is nice, yeah.
And I refuse to give candy because I can't have it, so I'm not going to let my guests have it. And you never know if they're diabetic or whatever. That's what I have it. We're going back to the American Legion in November, right?
Yeah, I don't know the exact date though.
Yeah. Okay.
But
and from what I hear, Dave has a very good voice, so I'm thinking about trying to get him on maybe for just after the Labor Day weekend. Because I guess he sings pretty well, so I can come on.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, we've had some pretty good. We've had a lot of good guests on.
Yeah, I'd say the vast majority of our guests have just been amazing people. Amazing people. We've been very blessed.
We want the spirit says it's who they want. Like
right.
I said, if I upset people, I'm sorry, but that's the way I am. I will apologize, when I feel that, and I did, But also, we got to get. What's his name? Oh my goodness, that chatterbox.
Jared.
That's the one. Jared.
Yeah,
I'm going to try to get him on the show again. he keeps every moment interesting, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He has,
and he does great artwork.
Right, he really does. His photography is amazing. I think he should stick to the photography personally because it's his creation.
Yeah.
The artwork, I know he takes something existing and he embellishes it and changes it and makes it his own. But I love with his photography how it's all him.
Natural, yeah.
And it's so beautiful.
By the way, folks, we are going to be looking for vendors. And can they contact you?
Sure.
Reverend Lori Otto at gmail.com, right?
RevLoriAuto@gmail.com. Yeah, or you can contact me through my website.
On there, or contact me, whatever my name is on there, and Kate
McClurry,
you can contact her. They can, I don't have the number on here right now, but we're not going to have as many readers. You're right on that.
No, yeah.
10's enough.
10 is it.
Okay.
And more room for more vendors.
You're right, and I want to keep the 3. I may cut down the size of the hall. If I don't get a lot more vendors, then I'll just cut it down to half. And it's time to get it rolling. It's not that far away.
No.
So we've got some paperwork out. Obviously, I don't give you any because we already know you're going to be there, And if you want it, I can bring it in to you, but it's up to you.
I'll be there.
Yeah. I'm not. I need to talk to you about somebody else, but.
Yeah. But what I would love to see, because this event that we're doing in October is for the animals. I would love to see more vendors there with animal-related products, natural food products, someone who makes collars and leashes or toys, that kind of. So if there's anybody out there who that's your forte, contact us and we'll get you in.
Yeah, we'll talk you how to do it and all that stuff. And I make no money on it. The readers will get 50-50. The vendors, when they pay their fee, then all that is theirs.
But a lot of readers invest back into the event. Whether it's, buying something from the vendors or the bake sale or the raffles or whatever to, just give more money back to the animal shelter, or flat out donate to the animal shelter.
Once again, if you're listening, come on down. Talk about your baked beans. Talk about what, One of the things that I will see, too, is that they had this guy, it was reading in the newspaper, where he used 2 cans of pepper spray on a dog's eyes.
Oh, it's horrible.
They don't know if they're going to be able to save this dog's eyes.
See, that is just...
The comment was he felt like doing it.
But, that's somebody who doesn't know love.
Yeah.
And that breaks my heart for that poor animal who probably did absolutely nothing wrong.
Well,
and
they said he was laying there minding his own business.
And it makes me sad for this person that they're that lost and that lonely and that unloved that they would do something so cruel.
And the owner of the dog says, "Why did you do that?" He said, "I'll do it to you too."
Well, I will tell you though, if you did something like that to my dog, it would be the last. Question. It would be the last thing you ever did.
Right.
I do draw the line at my dog.
With my dog or my cat, you do anything to them, and you know what? I am
not responsible, no. Right? I would not be responsible for my actions.
Shuffle those.
And that's only if Bruce didn't beat me to it.
Yeah. Well, that's like I said too. It's I don't have to, folks. Remember this. I don't have to physically hurt you, but I can still make you feel pretty bad in more ways than one. And when the devil, no. Can be, I suppose.
We have friends in high places.
Right. What's that song? Friends
in low places.
Yeah. That country and western song.
Yeah, Garth Brooks.
Was that by Tate Williams Jr.?
Garth Brooks.
Oh, was it? What do I know? My daughter loves the modern country music.
Yeah.
The song I like it. Well, I'm from the old school. I love the old. Poor beer drinking, tear jerking music, put Jimmy Reeves and Hank Williams and all them. Any card you want. Have the Spirit lead them out. This is going to be for a lot of changes coming around you. Someone that actually that is related to you is actually going into a very confused state of mind right now. Not sure that he's to pick up the phone and apologize or just say that the track he's going on. And I think the hardest part is for us because of his pride that his mother has as well. With his pride, and sometimes you have to pick up the phone and he needs to do it, not you. He needs to do the phone, okay? And I also will tell you that there's another area coming that you're going to be reacquainted with someone that you haven't seen in years and years.
Cool.
Okay? He's someone that is actually didn't understand your way of life, you like being a spiritualist or whatever, or the relationship that you have in your married life or whatever, and he's going to actually come and apologize and say, "Wow, I totally was wrong." There's someone that you forgave many years ago, but it's someone that you need to understand that it's up to him to kind of make the first, and it's up to you to accept it if you want to.
Okay. I have no idea who that'd be other than...
You might have gone to high school with him. By the way, you're going back to school. You're always going to be in and out of school. Isn't it fun?
I am willing to get my doctorate, my advanced doctorate, because
Actually, folks, what I'm going to show you is a club, King of Clubs and the Eight of Clubs. What I'm seeing here is when this person, it could be within the 8 hours, 8 weeks, 8 months, it will be called, not 8 years, but
right.
This person won't call you, that we just talked about to make amends with you. But you need to read between the lines. See, there's always a motive to everybody's method, okay? I'm also will tell you that you be prepared to to be traveling.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Your husband's not ready, though.
Well,
who's going to take care of the baby?
Ain't that the truth?
That's his baby, or is it your baby?
I think she's
Both of you.
both of ours, baby. But, I know that there's people that will take care of her. He's not quite so sure.
He's very protective of her.
Except for Kath Ann. He would leave her with Kath Ann any day of the week. But, unfortunately, she has her own life, or fortunately.
But he's very protective.
Oh, very, very.
If you saw him, folks, he's one of these He-Man body type folks, and you wouldn't think that, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't think that he would have that type of taking care of, like with my son.
So
It's all He-Man type, and there wasn't more apt to take care of it.
Absolutely. I always think that the bigger they are, the more muscle bound they are, the warmer their hearts are, the sweeter and the more caring they tend to be.
Oh, yeah. My son will carry, if he thinks his dog is too tired because he's old, like 15 years old, he'll literally carry him up and down the stairs. That's unconditional love.
We do that for those we love.
Yeah. And if you saw him, you wouldn't think so.
Two-legged, four-legged, doesn't matter, right?
And they have to share their meat together. They have a big steak, and he has to share it with the dog. And
Bruce gives Annie a piece of almost every meal he eats. It makes me crazy because she expects everyone to do that now.
Yeah. And my daughter-in-law refuses to.
I look at her and go, no.
And he'll just sit right there, and the dog will sit there and look right at him.
Right.
And they know. And they're smarter than we are. Don't ever underestimate that.
I know, right. Really
this is telling me the love that you have for other people, even though sometimes it's blindsided by you, and also showing me you've been hurt through a lot of other people with the love that you intend. But you're also a forgiving person, but you don't forget. Okay, and I think that's important that we always, and that doesn't mean that we can forgive them, but that doesn't mean we have to hang around with them all the time.
Right. You
just stay away from them.
Right. You can love them. They can be, but they don't need to be in your circle.
I'm also telling you that you beat cancer.
You've said that before.
Okay, and I really believe you have. Okay, usually because we're redundant or repeating again, usually it really is a way of saying it. Okay. Now, is this your stepfather that's coming up with your mother?
Yep.
Okay. He had a bad heart. I'm sorry.
Well, I know my dad had a bad heart. My mom has heart issues. Bill,
Look at some changes in his walking and all that.
Oh, yeah. He's had leg problems and mobility issues.
And folks, if everything works out right, we're going to have her mother back on our show. But someone who didn't want to come in, she was not shy, was she?
No.
Is that where you get it
shocked me. Yeah. Shocked me when
I forgot to ask your permission. I'm sorry.
Well, you always have my permission. Oh, look at those.
Bruce like making decisions?
He likes overthinking things.
Oh, that's what the problem is. He's overdoes it, okay? You're more spontaneous.
I go with...
He wants to wave out, well, it's going to go this way, and there he is again, and then that's a lot more change. You're going to, how I've said you can offer a chance to sell your house when it's going to get to you if you guys want to.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see it doing it right away. Maybe 10 years down the road, who knows?
Maybe, right. I have a number in mind. They offer me that number, I'll sell today, but if they...
They better knock it, that means I'll lose.
Actually,
how old is your dog?
My dog? Yeah. 5.5, going on 6.
You want a companion with it?
Well, I desperately do, but Bruce says no.
Guess what?
He keeps saying no.
I see her having a companion.
Yeah,
Same type of breed.
I think she would love it, but Bruce says no.
And I think people, kids like to have brothers and sisters. Why can't we see the animals do? That's my biggest problem. When they take the animals away from the dog, even though the dog knows they're going to different homes or whatever, my problem is that when they take them away too soon or whatever, they don't realize that the mother dog has feelings.
Right. Well, I know
or any wild animal.
When we went to get Annie, her mom growled and barked at us because people had been coming and taking her babies away. I mean, they kept 3 of them, but any mom would be that way. Someone keeps coming and taking your children away.
I have you know that her mom has since passed, I believe.
No.
No? Well, she's very happy with you taking care of the dog.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever see the mother dog?
Not in real life because they are 7 hours away, but I see pictures. Annie's father passed.
Okay. They're very happy that,
Yeah.
And they do. They let us know, too, what I'm saying, through spiritual beliefs or whatever. If you don't love a dog, if you don't want, I always say that if you're going to abuse a dog, my heart says, what are you going to do to the children?
No, right, to anything, right. If you're that weak.
And it is
because it's a weakness. It's an extreme weakness to abuse anything.
When I see a man hitting a woman, I have been known in my day to walk over and say, why don't you try hitting me? You're so powerful. And then they, oh, no. I actually, two friends of mine went over and this guy was beating up his wife, and she turned on us.
Well, that does happen.
I'm going, whoa.
Because they
feel they deserve it.
Well, it's not just that. It's conditioning.
Yeah.
And they're protective of that person, and it's
I also will tell you, your mother's mother thinks that Bruce is the cat's meow, quote unquote. Okay. And one thing I'm also looking at with you too, Bruce is a lot like your great grandfather. I don't know if you ever met him.
No, I didn't know.
When you have tendencies to marry people who are like our dads or our moms, okay?
Yeah, I know he's nothing like my dad or my dad's dad.
No, like a great-grandfather, okay? Because that's what it shows. I also will tell you, just out of curiosity, to let you know that you were at one time very into royalty. You had, if you go through your line, your heritage line, you will see that you are into royalty.
Oh no, I know that for a fact.
Yeah, okay. You were actually a princess at one time. Okay. And you were very kind. You're an old soul. You used to work in another part of your life. You used to work on a big Viking boat. You were a Viking. You were a warrior as a male.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Well, I always tell people when I do past lives, I wish there was a way I could prove it. Are you the same way?
Yeah,
I tell them, go check go back into history, and see if you can maybe recognize what you're seeing.
Right.
Like that,
right. And I said that too. When you're looking at, say you're watching a historical movie, and you're like, oh my God, I've been there.
Yeah.
That's because you're sparking a past life memory.
Yeah. That's like, I love watching the Riflemen for some reason. I like Westerns, but there's something about the Riflemen's building. Right? And it makes me wonder, did I live in that kind of a building way back then?
Yeah.
And the thing with every one of us that I know is that all these people that take the cell phones for granted, they take everything for granted here. What's going to happen? And and I know there's going to come a day when, I'm not saying that it's going to be forever and a day, but there is going to be a power outage, and that people are going to be losing their power. Period. Their cell phones,
right? Their technology, right?
Yeah, and technology is all going to be crashed down. It could take a week to build up. It could take a month to build up. So one of the things I will encourage, and my son and I've often talked about this, and I would also encourage other people to take and store away dry goods. Store away like batteries. Throw away like flashlights. Throw away a generator. Actually, I would say get a generator, but to only last for a certain period of time.
Well, it depends on what kind of generator you get.
Yeah.
Convert to solar.
Yeah.
Even that won't last forever, but it'll last a while. And, the thing is, the sun will keep coming out. It'll, recharge your batteries. You'll be good.
Yeah.
So
it's up to you, folks. Don't take it for granted. And people
don't take anything for granted.
Yeah. People I noticed that people, they buy when I buy chicken breast, I don't mind taking the skin off it. I don't mind taking the bone out of it. I don't mind doing bone. Do you do that?
It depends on what kind of chicken I buy. I mean, yeah, Bruce does most of the cooking, so he'll buy the boneless, skinless stuff. But for convenience, and depending on what we're making, because some things you want the bones for, right? So don't throw the bones out. Make bone broth out of them, or something like that. But I've never had a problem deboning a chicken.
And look at the price of it.
Whatever, right? Exactly. Right, and that's what people got to remember. You're paying someone else to do something that would take you 10 minutes to do.
Right. And
is it worth that?
Yeah. I've been buying. Scott and I were getting less meat and buying more. I'm kind of lazy when I buy the frozen veggies. Because I don't have until I can get to a garden. But I buy the frozen veggies, and we're doing a lot of that more veg. We're going back into vegetarian type products again. I feel that when I get less meat. And
good.
Instead of boiling it, we steam everything.
Right.
Okay. You'd be amazed at how much garbage will go into the bottom of the pan with the steamer when you're cooking it. It's really amazing. What a
What's going on there, Norm? Way too many clubs there.
Yeah. I'm not going to mention names, but you're going to get the picture. Someone who loves you very much is going to confront someone who has created a problem and broken your heart. Okay? And that's not going to be violence on this.
No. That would never happen.
But that I will tell you this, the person that loves you very much is going to embarrass the person who has and make him think twice for selfish motives. Okay, because there's no excuse for that. I also... How many grandchildren do you have?
4.
You ready for another one?
Yeah, I am.
With his daughter?
From what?
From your daughter?
Oh, she can't have more children.
Okay.
So
She could, believe me. She could. She's a, what they call a baby factory. I mean that in the nicest way.
Yeah, my daughter cannot have more children.
Okay. I know that your son is going to have 2 more children.
No, he doesn't have any.
No, well, he's going to have 2 of them.
No, not according to the doctors.
Really? Well, doctors can be wrong.
They can be wrong. That's why I said not according to them. I didn't say they were right.
I was not supposed to have children because I had polio as a kid and all that. And plus being, and all that. But I had, one of my wives had a miscarriage and I had a daughter that died and I had my son, so I think I had children, Doctors can be wrong.
They can be.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You want to go to Australia?
Absolutely.
All right. Where'd that come from?
Yeah, and who's paying for it? And who's watching the dog?
When the time is right, the money will... I always tell everybody, when the time is right, don't jump the gun. When the time is right, then it's time. You will know when it's time.
Yeah. I mean, there are other places I'd rather go first.
It's going to take another 5 years.
But yeah, I would love to go to Australia. I always have wanted to go there.
A lot, besides all this here. Now, we're going to see some positive. Get back into writing your book by yourself.
I know. I've gotten lazy.
If I can do it, you can do it. Okay? And you cannot have... Your husband's not going to be happy with me right now. You cannot have your husband edit it for you. You have to have a non-biased editor. Non-critical. Okay. Your husband can be very critical, right?
Yes. But he's really good at making sure that the sentences make sense to laymen.
Well, that's what it just says. It's up to you just to, do it that way. He's going to do what he wants.
Yeah.
Okay?
He'll read it. He'll read it anyway. And
I also will tell you that anything that works with 8 or 9 are good numbers for you. Okay, like 4 and 4 make 8, or 5 and 3 make 8, or whatever. 6 and 3 make 9, or whatever. Are good numbers for you. Very solid.
Good. All right, this one's sticking out.
Grab one. We'll see what goes with it. Oh, okay. What did I hear? Okay. The last you went through some troubled water maybe 4 months ago or 4 years ago, some really heavy troubled water, but you never gave up on it. You kept working at it. You kept improving. No matter how bad it was, you kept doing what you're supposed to be doing, even though it was discouraging. Does that make sense to you?
Yep.
The last 4 years, well, I would say 4 years ago, or maybe even longer, there were times when do we really want to do this? Do we really want to do that? Because it didn't seem like you were progressing in a way that you were supposed to be doing. And
Right.
you're right on path. You know
Yep.
that, right? And it is discouraging at times. I'm not
Oh
going to
yeah,
tell you
it
it's
totally
not.
is. Yeah,
You
it can
know?
be. Can be very discouraging. Mixed messages.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
A lady that I know, she could have been or would have been, and she could still, if you want, could be a fantastic reader. But when she started to allow monetary value get into her, then she said, I'm not making enough money. She walked away. She knows two people that you know and I know. That's all about money. I'm not going to mention names.
Right.
It's not important.
Well, but that's one reason why I retired from one of the facilities I was at, is because I wasn't making any money. It was costing me
Yeah. Oh, well, when
too
it
much
costs you,
money
then you
to
have
go
to.
there.
Yeah.
But, love the facility, love the people there, totally support it, wanted to do well, but it just was no longer the right place for me.
No, you outlived your
Right.
thing there.
I wasn't bringing any value to them either.
No. That's why I stay, in my own office. I like it better. I decide to move than, thinking what I was thinking about it. Wait a minute. 3 here. What? Okay. You are going. You're going away for the weekend. Okay, and it looks like somewhere up north. You like the woods?
Oh, yeah. And actually, we're talking about going up and doing a couple of the 4,000 footers while we have someone to watch the dog.
You're gonna walk.
Hmm?
4,000 feet.
Well, walk the entire 4,000 feet.
Wow, 2 feet's a lot for me. No, I'm kidding. But I do see you. I actually see you guys doing a lot more hiking.
Yeah, we like to hike, yeah.
I don't like the wilderness.
Yeah.
All the bugs and all that. I
Just
like the
gotta-
ocean.
You just got to plan ahead.
Yeah. But one of the things that I also will tell you too is that you're going to be asked to invest some kind of it looks like either a restaurant or some kind of a store or something like that. And actually, unless you can control it or your husband can control it, I would have to tell you no.
No, we wouldn't. We wouldn't invest in something unless we had.
You have to have hands-on
Yeah.
going with it. Your husband's a very intelligent. I mean, all right, we already know he's intelligent. All right.
He is the most
Your
intelligent.
husband is a very intelligent man, and he likes playing. He doesn't know what he's talking. You know what I mean? He likes to watch the other people think they know it all, and then he just sits back and smiles. And I like doing that.
He's
and he does
incredibly intelligent.
Okay. He could be, if he wanted to be, one heck of a good politician.
He could be.
Okay. The only thing about him is that he doesn't know how to lie. I'm not saying he doesn't know, but he couldn't lie, but because he would be too honest. That would be the problem with him running for any type of political.
See, I don't understand that. I think all our politicians should be more honest than they are. Nothing makes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
See, he's too honest. That wouldn't win the people's votes. You see what I'm saying?
And
Isn't
that's
that sad?
but that's what's sad. It's
That's
sad
like when,
that we want to be lied to. We want to be kept in the dark.
Yeah. That's like Glenn, R.J. Olette. He's running for mayor, and he really gets to the bottom of the facts. He really gets to know what he's doing. And the people just they complain, but they keep re-electing.
Right. If I lived in Manchester, I'd vote for Glenn.
Yeah. Then I'm very fortunate. I'm going to take pictures of the substation, and I'm going to send them to my alderman. And I'm going to send one to the Manchester police and show them this is what we have. And to me, it's embarrassing. If you love our city, then we can find a group that would do the work for it. And I haven't found anybody yet. But I truly like our city, and I want to stay with it. You like Merrimack, and you want to see it
I love
grow.
Merrimack, yeah.
One of your politicians are coming down big time. one of the big politicians that everybody loves is coming down big time. So you are actually going to do a reading on someone that knows that person.
Wouldn't surprise me.
No. That's what I like about doing reading. We never know who we're going to read on.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I'm going to be in Bedford doing a party of 10 people Saturday.
Nice. Sorry.
How you doing with the flute?
I'm doing well. I got a little lazy, so I need to work a little harder. But I love my flute.
Yeah. I should get mine out and start practicing it more.
I take it now sometimes out in the backyard while Annie's doing her running around and just walk around and play my flute or sit in a chair and play my flute.
We made $125. Well, we made an extra because I paid $75, but I mean, we made an extra $125 for the flute. So we're going to be, hopefully, we're going to get Bob to donate it again. Or
Yeah,
pay for it.
yeah. I wanted to. I was going to give Jeannie my book and the CD, but I can't find the CD. And without the CD, so hopefully she can contact Bob and have him.
Yeah, he gave a card.
Give her.
Yeah, I'll be seeing her quite often. She's going to be moving shortly to Kentucky or Tennessee.
That's what she said. Yeah, so if you talk to Bob and see if he has
I will,
if he'll sell her a book or whatever.
Whatever, yeah. Bob's a pretty cool guy.
Bob is a very cool guy, and
he did bring that G string on. Oh my God, I'll never forget it. But that's I have that. I took a picture of it. And sent it to him.
He's a good guy.
You have a checking account?
Yes.
Do you have a credit card?
Yes.
I'm really concerned about somebody knowing how to hijack into one of your numbers.
Hmm.
So, do you have a safety lock there? I mean, what they call it, that lock, the security where they can't get, have it locked in? Okay.
All my stuff is protected.
Okay, because and I also will tell you, you have a sister that you're going to be visiting in the hospital who's a Bible thumper.
Well, there's only one of those, as far as I know.
I haven't heard from her in a long time. We will say that, okay? I think I believe. I'm not going to tell you that your future is going to be all peaches and cream or wonderful.
No, it will be wonderful, whether it's peaches and cream.
But it's not. But you're going to have to earn that right to have it to be wonderful.
No,
you know what I'm
I say I don't think I have to earn the right for it to be wonderful. I just have to accept
how about if
it.
we work hard at it?
Oh, I always work hard.
Okay.
I always work hard.
Okay.
I'm a big believer in working hard.
Okay, and for 2017, okay, one thing I do see is Manchester's going to start growing again, and it's going to be more into the computer and the technology city now. It's going to be one of the biggest. It's also going to be like the Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley?
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of the computers in here. We'll have one whole area of Manchester. It's going to be money will be coming into Manchester.
Oh, it's a great little town, city.
Yeah. And they are very diversified, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, which I like.
On my street where I live, I can be considered, if I wanted to, I could be considered living in a minority, but that's okay, because you see the people out there.
Yeah.
And I get along fantastic with them. Folks, do me a favor, or do yourself a favor. I don't care if you do it for me or not. Stop looking at the color. All of you, stop looking at the color. And stop looking at their past. Stop looking and accept them for the spiritual part of it.
Right. Because, I've heard some, there's people that'll say, well, that person was always trouble. But you don't know that person. You haven't talked to that person in 30 years. You have no idea what that person's like now.
Oh, they tell me that all the time,
Yeah, it's like...
Back when I was growing up, you were in the wrong side of town, you were this, that. Like you just said, folks, you don't know me.
Right.
Do I have my growth back then? Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll say, is this really who I am today? And yeah, it is. But the way I lived in the past, I ran into a lady from one of the towns I lived in, and she was not one of my friends, believe me. She was, and this again, like, see me getting in trouble and that. oh, she was talking to somebody. This man was my best friend. We were growing up, and I looked at her. I said, "Lady, you didn't like me then. Don't pretend to like me now. I don't like you. You don't, and so don't think you know me because I don't know you."
Right, right, and that's the thing that I'm a big believer in. I'm not the same person I was yesterday.
No.
And if you don't interact with me, you don't know me. You don't know anything about me.
And that's it. Don't try to pretend you know me. Or even if you did know me, don't try to say that you were my friend. I was in Belmont doing an event up there, and these two guys come over. How you doing, Norm? And I go, I'm doing fine. You don't remember me? And I said, am I supposed to? I was really snobby then. Not, when I was going out the door, and I said, am I supposed to know you? And she said, well, yeah, we all partied together. I said, we did? And I said, sir, I'm sorry. I don't remember you, nor do I want to know you. Have a good day. And that sounds like a snob. I'm sorry, but that's who I am. Because I raised myself out of the gutter.
Right.
Okay, so I don't have to put myself back in that type of position again. And I think that I'm one of the 11 proofs that you can improve your life.
Absolutely.
You've done it.
Yeah, absolutely. Bruce and I worked very hard to be where we are now.
See, that's what people think, that because he had a good job and you had a good job at one time.
He was smart. He got a good job.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Oh, they've always had it. No. They had to work hard for it.
Right. We still, half of our house is secondhand stuff,
So, but you redo it over and you
yeah, a lot of it, well, we fix it up or we do whatever needs to be done to it, yeah.
Well, I found a futon that the people outside threw away, and I built it up, fixed it all up, got some, spongy, I mean, it looked like a nice couch. Got a table, looks good, another, it's like you just said, instead of throwing things away, have a yard sale.
Yeah, or donate it.
A lot of the stuff that I have now was donated to different organizations, and these people just threw them in the trash. That upsets me.
Right.
And, when you're given something, if you don't want it, don't take it.
Right, and give it back.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I know people who struggle in life, but every time you try to give them something,
they won't take it.
They won't take it. And I said to one person, I said to him one night, so think of it this way. If you kept trying to give your kid something and they kept saying, no, I don't want it, no, I don't want it, why would you keep trying to give them something? Spirit's the same way. They keep trying to give you something. You keep turning it down. They're just going to stop offering you stuff.
I'm a prime example of that. I really am. I would always help people. Always. I've always done that. Always have, and probably hopefully continue to. But it still isn't. It's very hard for me to accept things from other people. But I'm doing better at it, and I'm learning. It's okay.
Right. You have to let Spirit give to you, especially if you're someone who gives to everybody else. You have to learn to receive. There has to be a balance.
Right.
And I had to work on that, too. I was really bad at letting people give me things or even compliments,
Yeah.
So I had to work on it, too.
Even today, I still feel, as you know, embarrassed.
You turn bright red and burst into giggles.
Yeah. Well, are you the same way, though?
I'm better.
I'm getting
I'm better at it. I've learned to say thank you more.
Yeah. I was so popular at the VFW American Legion there. Let me tell you, them girls, and it was just so awesome. The energy in there.
Yeah.
Kimberly did a great. I actually went. I Facebook told her that she did a fantastic.
She really did. That was a really nice event. I really enjoyed the energy.
It wasn't overly red. It wasn't overly too. The sad part, there weren't enough. I don't know what it was because it wasn't enough advertisement or what. I don't know. But the Spirit says over who's supposed to be good.
Right, and that's they still did a night. It still raised good money.
Oh yeah.
For the first ever event, it was successful. So we'll just have to get bigger and better.
Even Dawn Drew, even her events, they were not. The first one was fantastically well attended. I made a lot of money there, and the other two they were okay. But you know what? That's how you learn. when I've been doing this for, having events for like probably 12, well, 2003, about 14, 15 years, okay? And I had to learn the hard way. When people came and they did events, I didn't know that you were supposed to pay I thought, well, I'll give a big, and all this stuff, and I messed up on it all, so. And I made a lot of enemies out of it. And hopefully they all forgave me. And then what I really said was when we had the studio down on Commercial Street. Oh my God, you would have loved that place. You really would have. And I started doing something told me to tell them start doing the 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did. I started from there. And then from there I went to the hotel and they paid a fee and so that's when I slowly got progressing. Because I wasn't honoring my readers. I wasn't showing them respect.
Right.
And so now it's all turned around. I mean, all new readers. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of new readers coming in. There's going to be a lot of old readers not coming back. I don't know, when sending it out. I like having new readers come in that we don't know.
Well, I don't.
No, you know what I mean? That's been on the show here?
Yeah.
No, if they've been on the show, no, I don't really know.
Right, yeah. I like to know that the readers are quality.
Right.
And that's...
not a reputation.
Right.
People say, oh, well, like...
And vendors.
Yeah, and vendors, too. Oh, yeah, because, we know one. There's one of the vendors that people paid for stuff and still have not gotten it. I got another call, so that's 5 of them.
But that's, that's...
And I don't want it to, but I don't want it to reflect back on me.
Right, but most people realize that has nothing to do with you. And, that vendor's just going through a hard time right now.
Yeah,
you
gotta, love,
gotta send him love and hope for the best.
And if there's anyone out there that's a candle maker, because Ross is going to be up in Guilford.
Yeah, but professional candle maker, not a hobbyist.
Yeah, something in the... Nat's girlfriend makes beautiful candles.
Yeah, but I make those same candles at home.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, don't you bring some to sell?
No, because they're just recycled candles. That's a hobbyist. I'm not a professional.
What do you mean? They were candles before?
Yeah, I take used candles and I melt them down and make them into new candles.
Oh, I should do that. I have a lot of candles.
Yeah, I mean, why not? You'd save a lot of money that way.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of money on sending candles.
And it's easy.
Yeah.
It's very easy.
There's one candle person there that we have at the event, and I mentioned names again, but I do not have good luck with the candles. The jars always break or something goes wrong, so maybe it's not meant for me to buy candles from.
I guess. I've never had a problem, but yeah.
And I also, one of the things I also see is that you got one event that you're going to be very happy with. It's a charity one.
Cool.
And you're going to pay a certain fee, but you're going to do very well financially.
Well, part of my retiring is to try to only do charity events. Because I'm just...
Yeah, I don't like doing it for a distance.
Yeah.
I'll do Dawn Drew's, because I love her dearly. She's coming up probably in October too. I'll have to double check it. And then, of course, ours is October 7th.
Right.
And folks, that is called Healing for a Healthy Pause at some place, but I don't know where, but that's all right.
At the Unitarian Universalist Church on Union Street here in Manchester.
They're good
that
people.
Place?
Yeah.
They are good people. Yeah. And it's a nice church. It's a nice community.
Yeah. We put out parking for vendors and somebody keeps taking the signs.
Right, because that's the first thing I said to Scott when I got there. I thought there were going to be signs because there weren't any.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, there were no signs when I got there.
Yeah. Is somebody out there?
Somebody's out there. A lot of elevated voices.
Let's see if someone's come in.
No. Sit.
No?
Sit.
All right.
Sit.
All right. Is that Gary?
No, you don't know who it is. It doesn't matter.
But anyway, one of the things that are you a big meat eater?
I do like meat. But we don't eat red meat probably more than once a week.
Yeah.
Maybe twice.
But see, you need it.
I do need it. I need it to survive.
You really... I'm a firm believer. You can be a vegetarian, you can be a vegan, but you're not helping yourself. If you think you are, okay.
Well, for some people it is the right way to go, but not for everybody. No. And that's why I will never say, "Oh my God, you eat like that, you're a bad person," because everybody's got to find what works for their body.
Like I'm going back to becoming a vegetarian most of the time. Okay, I like meat without vegetables. I mean just vegetables, or I'll eat meat and vegetables with no starch.
Right, we do that a lot.
And your body is going to tell you what you need.
Right, listen to how you feel when you eat.
Yeah. And once again, folks, give us a call. The number's on there. Whatever it is, I'm not worried about it. But anyways.
640-3091.
Right. And give us a call. We'll be happy to talk to you. But every cauliflower, every plant. Some people go out and they eat acorns, or is that how you pronounce it? Acorns or whatever. Acorn, the squirrels eat the nuts.
Acorns?
Yeah, acorns. Walnuts, whatever. Or there are some berries out there that grow naturally, bosoberry or whatever, elderberry and stuff like this. The Spirit, or God, as you want to call it, has everything growing for a certain
purpose.
And there's some there that obviously you're not going to eat, and they're for medicine purpose.
Right. I mean, I think the one thing that when I was teaching healthy lifestyle is just to try to eat real food. Stop buying the crap.
Yeah.
Because that's what's killing you. That's what's making you sick. That's what makes you feel, heavy and depressed and whatever. It's the crap we put in our bodies. So try to eat as much real food as you can, and it doesn't have to be expensive. Apples are inexpensive. One of the things I like to do is take an apple. I slice it very thin. I do put it in the microwave for a few minutes because I can't eat raw apple. It doesn't agree with me. For a few seconds, not minutes. That'd be a mess. And then I put cinnamon on it.
Yeah.
And it's so delicious.
I do too. Cinnamon is actually good for people who have high blood pressure.
It's good for a lot of reasons.
But if you're taking high blood pressure pills, do not take cinnamon because it'll drop it down too much. Okay, this is what my doctor told me. So I said, well, I won't take the pills. I'll eat the cinnamon instead.
There you
go. And just be careful of what you eat. A lot of it, they tell you, and a lot of the fruit has their own natural sugar.
Right.
And so the vegetables have their own natural seasonings, actually. You like carrots? Mm-hmm. I do too. See, we have a steamer, so that saves a lot of nutrition. The problem when you put carrots in and you boil I know it takes a long time for carrots to cook, but then they boil all that nutrition out.
Right. When you boil just about anything, you're boiling the nutrition out. Not everything, but most things.
And I'm eating a lot more Brussels sprouts and all that stuff.
Brussels sprouts.
And I actually like turnip.
I don't dislike turnip. We just don't eat a lot of it.
No, and I don't. Actually, believe it or not, turnips are. It seems like the worst smelling vegetable in the world, and turnips is one of them. And a lot of the cabbage and all that stuff.
I love cabbage.
Believe it or not, they're the most healthiest vegetable that you can eat. Turnips are very strong at anti-cancer. Okay. Cabbage is how to keep your blood flowing through. Check it out, folks. Check it out. If I'm wrong, call and tell me, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
I'll be the first 1 minute.
Do your own research. Yep. Stop waiting for other people to tell you.
Corn is not the best one for you.
Corn is actually very bad for humans.
Right, because it's got a lot of sugar content in it.
And a lot of starch. Our bodies just don't digest it well. I mean, really, anybody who's gone to the bathroom after having corn can see that they didn't digest it.
And one of the people who have colitis are not allowed to have corn.
Right.
And a lot of berries are not that good for you because of the small seeds. But I'm not a big berry eater, like strawberries.
I like berries a lot. I've been putting a lot of blueberries in my water.
Well, that's supposed to be what are they, antitoxin?
And antioxidant.
Antioxidant, that's a word. That's a big word, so no wonder I didn't know it,
Yeah,
this is kind of fun.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, because we don't need to have a whole lot of people on.
Right.
One of the things I'm only wishing would, but that's okay. We learned in the mistake. I do miss having Al come on.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Al says, hi, everybody. I don't believe he's going to be calling today. That's why I left my cell phone at home.
Right, yeah.
And I don't believe he's going to be calling
Probably
in.
not.
What time is it?
5:27.
Really? No, almost 5:30?
Yeah.
Hey, we're having a good time.
Yeah.
Are you having a good time?
I am.
Good. And at 5:45, we have a big surprise.
Yep.
And one of our best cameramen will be ready. That's God 3, right?
Sure.
Okay.
I lost track.
You God 3, Paul?
Say that again.
You're God 3, right?
I'm what?
God 3.
Yes.
There, see? I like confusing him. Actually, folks, once again, Paul is very in tune with the history of Manchester. Okay, he really is knowledgeable. So you wait till you see.
Why? Thank you.
Well, I don't want you to get a big head out of it, though.
Too late.
I wish he could come on the show, but he's not allowed to because of the contract and tell how he got into it.
Yeah,
you know. And I don't know if they could hear him from the background. If you could talk from the background and how we got into it, whatever.
It's all good.
Yeah, oh yeah. And then once again, we're going to be on October 7th. We're going to be at the Unitarian Universalist Church. There we go.
Universalist Church.
On 669 Union Street.
Yes.
And it is for healing for the number 4, number 4, healthy pause.
Right.
Okay. Do you like that?
Yeah.
People think about what the healthy pause and why do they need to be healed? Is it because they get a broken arm, a broken leg, or maybe something?
Well, the healing is so that they have healthy paws.
Right, so they get back into it again
Right.
or whatever. And we're offering, I'm not going to put it on there, but we can. We're offering grooming. But the thing with the grooming is that I want to make sure that they have a school, that a recognized school, that is being taught, that they're taught how to do grooming.
Right.
Now, do they have to be licensed?
I don't know. But, you don't want someone that just does it for kicks.
No. And then it has to be board approved. Whoever's going to be doing it, we'll have the name on the waiting list. So the board will be board, like when you're on the board, so it'll be board approved. We can either say yes or no, whomever. And I have a couple of clients who are excited about, they want to be groomers. I said, do you have a certificate? No.
Right, no, you have to be
because I have to answer to the government.
Right. It has to be a professional.
Right.
Right, but that goes to why the vet has to contact us to pay the bills. The people can't because people, sadly, lie.
Yeah. And I have to, folks, I'm not being mean about this. This is I guess they told me I had the final decision or whatever, which I don't like. But I am not doing spading. I am not doing neutering. Maybe some men might deserve it, but that could be an option,
No.
No? Oh,
No,
okay.
spay or neuter, sorry.
Not even for the male or for
No,
the
that's
person.
just the rule.
No? Okay.
No
Oh,
male
okay.
or, it's too much trouble.
But no, because there's too many people out there that can get the shot. The government, there's a lot of organizations.
Right, there's a lot of organizations that do that.
And I am not helping people. I'm sorry. I am not helping the people who already have foundations or organizations that raise money to help for themselves. Because my thoughts are, if we start helping the people like from Allied Animals, I don't want to mention, but I already did, but that's okay, or the Manchester Animal Shelter or some other shelter, our budget would be drained.
Right. This is for people
who
really can't afford. Right. This isn't for organizations. This is for individuals who have a beloved pet. They can't afford the vet bills, and as many of us have been throughout our lives, you have to choose. You have to choose whether. Oh, don't let him come on.
Who's that?
You have to choose whether or not to pay the bills.
Oh my God!
I told you not to let him come on.
Let him come on.
You didn't trip, did you? Yeah. Where's security in this place?
Got 4.
Sit over here, Gary. Sit over here.
What are you drinking there, Gary?
Vasa.
All right.
It was coffee, now it's just water. Ice water.
Well, actually,
like lemonade.
we'll have a good topic about the control of the drugs and stuff. How we make it out of that. You know, if we get a good topic going on, hold off a minute, okay?
Got it.
Well, actually, it's funny you should say that.
I know it.
I think I've had Melissa Cruz, Chris Blevins, Holly Cascala. What the heck? I don't know how to pronounce her last name, right? From Hope for Recovery on a bunch of times on my show.
Yeah. I've
Right?
seen about them,
Yeah. And National Propaganda Radio, state version, did a story on them a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Saying that there's, funny business going on and people are upset. So I commented on Holly's post about it, and because I've been involved, and maybe you guys have too, have been involved in a new business adventure. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? A startup
Like what I'm
company.
doing now,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. If you've been involved in any startup company, the owner and CEO of that company has to hire people, do the books, sweep the floors, make the coffee, all these things to get things going, right?
Right.
And then the first couple employees, they have to include themselves in all these things.
Yep.
In every single one of those cases, there are people who might be doing the accounting that aren't great at it because they're not paid accountants.
Right.
Because
right.
you
They're
can't
just doing
afford
the
them.
best they can do.
They're doing the
Right.
best they can. In all the circumstances I've been involved, there is always hard feelings because it's so much stress involved in trying to get things going that people's toes get stepped on. It's just the way it is. It's part of the growing pains. And so that I kind of expected with Hope for Recovery because they've grown so big so quick. You remember it was just a couple of years ago they had a hole in the wall down on Canal Street. You know what I mean? It was pretty
Right.
small.
Right.
They were grateful for the space. Then they moved over. Then they've moved over onto Valley Street,
Right.
and now they've opened up places in Claremont, Concord, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they're doing some great work.
Right.
The other problem with Hope for Recovery, it's not a problem. It's an asset, but it's also a problem. Is that the people they employ are in recovery. Now, they try to make sure people aren't becoming counselors that don't have X number of years of sobriety or whatever.
Right. Right.
But that's an honor system, Anybody can say they have 2 years of sobriety. There's nobody that does drug testing,
Right.
And so because of that environment where you want people that are former addicts and alcoholics doing your counseling because they tend to be able to identify with people.
Right. Well, they understand where they're coming from.
Right. And they're also willing to work at pretty ridiculously low, if not volunteer prices. And so subsequently you have some people who aren't not necessarily being honest or whatever. It's part of the situation. It's not you're trying to help people keep from killing themselves ultimately,
Right.
and trying to help them get them on a road to recovery. And so the article I read sounded like it's just kind of part of those growing pains. What really bothered me is National Propaganda Radio using those growing pains as a way to attack Hope for Recovery.
Right.
That's what really bothered me about that article.
Right, because they're really trying, and these are people that have stepped up to make a difference in our community.
Yeah.
And, let's face it, most of the people out there don't have the kahunas to do that.
No.
So you either support them or you do something else.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
actually
trying to be nice in my response.
Or go to hell, I'll say.
Well, because you can't
Right.
bash somebody who's
I was-
making a difference.
Right.
I was confused at the article.
right.
I thought when they were reading about it, honestly, And I thought it was the state legislators that were sponsoring it or what. To me, I went honestly, Gary. Did you read the article at all?
No.
Well, the article was incorrect to begin with
Right.
because it first came out. It said it was the group in the state that got the most money.
Right.
That is so far from the truth.
That's when it was confusing because I thought they were non-profit.
Well, they're all nonprofit, but
Yeah.
the thing is you've got, and I really think, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to preface this with I don't know, but I think the real genesis of this is that there are nonprofits that are fighting one another for the money that's going to recovery. Okay? And I think this was a stab in the back of Hope for Recovery because they started to actually get money, which they've been running on a shoestring budget for years. They finally started getting some money, and I think these other groups, I don't know if they, put a word in with NPR or if NPR is part of the problem or what it is, but I think that's what the genesis of this was.
And it's sad.
Jealousy.
It is.
It is sad
It's a power play.
We all need to work together. We all need to be in this together if we want to actually make a positive difference. We can't be backstabbing each other and, treating each other poorly and, making up lies. It's sad. It's just sad because
It's pathetic is what it is
Yeah.
because because I've seen that up at the State House. It's just you got people stabbing each other in the back for power. And they don't care. It's like they don't care what harm they do because if you've talked to Holly and Melissa, or Chris, all they care about is getting that guy off heroin. That's all they care about. Melissa should be running for sainthood. That woman has run herself ragged trying to help people out.
Right.
And I don't
Do you
think
have
she's
a pen and paper to write her name down for me?
Melissa Cruz. I can
he'll Facebook it to you.
I can Facebook it to
Okay,
you a lot
yeah,
easier.
Facebook, yeah. Okay.
Just remind me, send me a message.
Yeah, because I never, and I agree with you. I had some people, and don't get me wrong, SCORE's a great program. SCORE.
It is a very great program.
Okay, but I had this woman. She was trying to discourage me from starting my foundation. She says, "Why don't you partnership up with this one or this one or this one, like Animal Shelter, and this one over here?" And I realized there is a lot of where they do home
Same
recovery,
thing.
Okay,
There's a lot
I
of
realized,
turf wars.
Ours is to have a veterinarian if they can and go to
So now we have a call. Ready?
go to the person's home.
Right.
Okay, hang on, we gotta go. Welcome to Norman Friends. You're on the air.
Hi, Laurie. Hi,
Hey,
Tom.
Mary.
Hi, everybody.
Good. Hey, we tried to get you early to come in.
I know. I had a doctor's appointment later.
Well, damn
I
that
forgot
doctor.
about it, and I called them up, and they says, "Well, come in a little bit later." So that's what I did.
Oh, well, damn that doctor.
Well, I just hope everything's okay.
Yeah, are you okay, Mary?
Huh?
What are they saying for you?
I have a hard time hearing you. I don't know why.
Okay. What are they saying about? What are they saying? You okay?
Yeah, that was the lung doctor. I go back in August,
Right.
so everything is doing good.
Salt?
Yeah, that's good. Well, I think that your TV. By the way, folks, we're talking with Mary. I'm cruising with Mary. She taped on Tuesdays, and you check your TV guide there, and you'll be able to see her show. It's pretty productive. She gets more calls than we do for a half hour.
Yeah.
That's good. And it's called Cruising with Mary. And so, Mary, how was your show this time?
It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying what I'm doing.
good. We got Troublemaker
Yeah.
over here now. We'll try to get him to get on your show for you.
Yeah, you're breaking up. I don't know why, unless it's my phone.
Send me your phone. Well, we got a Troublemaker legislator over here. We can always get on your show.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think he has my card. When I saw him a while back, I gave him my card. I think he has it.
Yeah, I have it. I just keep forgetting.
Well, he has early dementia.
Early. Like since I was 5.
Everybody's welcome.
There you go. Yeah.
Hey, Mary, what are you doing next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday, let's see. What it would be? See, Monday I have an appointment.
That's when you're not coming
Tuesday,
on?
Wednesday,
Okay.
far as I know, Wednesday's nothing, far as I know.
Well, my mom will be here, and she would love to meet you.
I'd love to meet her.
Well, come on over. You're gonna bring her up,
All
right?
righty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll get to both of the old ladies coming on there.
We'll let them just
Oh,
talk.
look who's talking, huh, Larry?
Well, Jerry and I are young at heart.
Right. Well, we're immature, if that counts.
There you go. I don't
That's
want
right.
to mature.
No.
You know.
No, I've seen maturity. It's usually a woman's job, if you ask me.
Right. They say men are always children. So.
You
Exactly.
guys
And I
can't
like that.
handle it.
Yeah, you guys gotta grow up. We grow
No,
up before
we
you
don't. Nope.
No. I like the way I am. Being foolish, retarded sometimes, you know.
Yeah, me too.
Mentally challenged once in a while.
What did I was, oh yeah, you'll love this, right? I was at a hearing yesterday for a committee of conference, right? And I'm sitting there with, Lou D'Alessandro and all these other people, in nice suits and everything. And I asked them if anybody wanted to become a member of my motorcycle group, because I get the patches for the back of the leather, right? And you can't see this there's no way you can see this on TV, but it's basically the silhouette, the black and white silhouette from the Charlie's Angels,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And one of the legislators goes, says, "You're pretty immature." That's what I'm shooting for. 12 maybe. I'm thinking 12.
You know,
Why get too serious? Why do you want to?
growing up is a trap.
It
Don't
is.
do it.
Don't fall for it.
Have fun, enjoy.
Right. I mean, there's some things you have to do. Like I was in the committee of conference. I was doing exactly the right thing. I am quite confident I voted the right way. And I did all the things as responsible I had to do. But why not have fun while I'm there?
Exactly.
You know, I went to a legislative conference meeting where they had everybody speaking against this and that.
Yeah.
In this room. Here's this woman with her legs crossed. She's knitting. And I mean, are you really listening to you or us? Or are you too busy making, hats and coats for your family members when you consider you're running for state legislator?
Right.
And then you're in the guy said, you can leave. That is very outspoken or very rude of you. I said, no, she's being rude and not paying attention to what
See,
we're
I
saying.
disagree.
I
with
disagree
you,
with you.
Mark. I think you were rude, and I think they were right because when I am listening intently to something, I like to be doing something with my hands. Whether
Yes.
it's drawing,
She is
knitting,
correct.
something
She
like
is
that. It helps whatever I'm hearing sink in better. And I
I'm
think-
sorry, but when you
I know. I mean, I find myself like doodling when I'm listening
Right.
or whatever. I have to
A lot
have.
of people.
That's
Yeah.
why those cotton
Yeah.
picking little Twizzler things or the spinners
Yeah.
are so popular because people like. I think it's a response to like an ADHD thing. They need something to keep their hands occupied, and they
Yeah.
are listening
I
intently.
disagree with that
Oh,
because
you want to step outside?
sure.
Well, we have a video, so yeah. You guys can
The
take
reason why I
You guys
disagree
go
with
home
this-
tonight, and when you're coming across Granite Street, be very careful, 'cause it's all the way backed up from exit 5 all the way down to Queen City Ave. I don't know how far it goes, but 293 is all blocked up.
Oh,
Why?
wonder why.
Well, we go another way.
It's totally, it's all the way back up from where I live.
Somebody starts shooting at a baseball game?
By exit 6, I should say, because I take exit 7, and it's backed up all the way down to what you can see at Queen City Ave. They're backed up right there too,
Wow.
going on around by 293.
Well, we're not. She said the highway's backed up, so I mean we're going
Yeah,
toward.
Granite Street is backed up
we should-
terrible.
Granite Street.
Right, but that's coming up to Elm. We're going the other way.
Yeah.
We should be okay, right?
Yeah, but Granite Street it's backed up
No?
if you're coming across Granite
Okay.
Street. It's really backed up there too.
Okay, Mary, we're gonna let you go because I got an interesting.
Alrighty.
quiz I have
Hey,
to
Mary,
ask.
contact me on Facebook and let me know what time you want me there. And especially after next week, I should be able to do it.
Hey, call me anytime. You're more than welcome.
All right.
She's on tape.
Next Tuesday, if you want to come in next Tuesday, come on in.
Yeah, the week after would be a lot
Yeah,
easier.
it's at 1 o'clock, so the week after, if you want to come in, come on in.
It's right here?
Yeah.
1 o'clock? I'll write it down. Plan on it. Tuesday.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
All right, bye, Mary.
Okay.
I
Bye-bye.
find that as we were discussing it both, when she was knitting, to me, when someone tried to say something, there's somebody that is knitting, the person who's trying to say something, it's very distracting.
Oh, see, I personally don't find that.
I do. I want your full attention, or, and when you.
You mean like
when you
right
get-
now when I'm doing this? Is that
Right.
what you're talking about?
Well, I ignored you, so that's different,
What's
and-
Mary's last name?
Lemay.
1
Her
o'clock.
show is called Cruising with Mary.
1 o'clock.
I'm waiting for this Tuesday. I'll send her in Facebook too. But that's just like, and I watch these people who are preaching like up there. They're playing with their watches and they're doing. I'm sorry. I guess I'm too.
I know it's distracting to other people,
Yeah.
but it's not to them.
Yeah.
It's not a thing of disrespect. It's just some people just need something to do to keep their hands busy so they can actually focus.
Right.
Don't sit there and cross your legs and me knitting while we're talking. That's upsetting to me.
All right. Well, I don't knit
We
that much.
were talking about this.
I was
like
going to
4
knit a
years ago.
tutu while I'm talking to you.
Oh God.
For Norm?
Okay.
I would turn my back on and say, okay. But, no, this is like, I know we were talking about Christian schools and how maybe the state should help fund the, I'm talking
No.
40 years ago. Let me finish.
Okay, all right.
I was talking like 40 years ago.
Yeah.
We were talking about that, and I actually was one of the ones that did oppose that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and in fact, the church I belonged to said, why did you even bother to come? I said, why'd you ask me?
Right.
And I don't think it should. I don't think private schools should be funded by the government.
Well, I'll disagree with half of your
Okay.
assertion. There was now I'm going to forget the name of the school.
Up in Croydon?
Croydon, right. So Croydon,
Well, they don't have a school.
they don't have a school, and they could send their kids to the nearest high school, and that was going to, it was going to cost, it was not, I don't think it was a great school,
No.
but for whatever reason, it was going to cost X number of thousands per student to send it to Newport, right?
Yeah.
Or they could send it to this private school for $5,000 a student. Why doesn't that town have a right to do that? Now, I will say that.
Town, not the, I guess what I'm talking about is the town I agree with you on, okay?
Right.
The town I agree with you on. The town
Okay.
should, because they got to provide that. Like when I lived in Springfield,
Yeah.
New Hampshire, which is right near Croydon,
Yeah.
I could have gone to Newport or Toll High School, Enfield or New London.
Right.
I had a choice, and the town would have had to pay for it, whatever. So that part, but as far as, I guess what I'm trying, but that was a charter school they wanted to send it to, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But see, the state constitution says your tax money you can't be forced to spend money on a secular school. Okay, so if that town had said no, we're going to send them all to Catholic school, that would be against the state constitution
Right.
because that's your tax money, and people can't be basically. You can't take somebody's tax money and give it to a secular school. Secular or non-secular, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, a religious school.
Well, we should open up our own private school.
No, thank you.
You could teach them how to ride motorcycles
Right.
and how to go to California back on a motorcycle
And shooting.
and shooting.
Right.
Okay.
Which I do think should be taught in schools.
It used to be. We used to have gun
Shooting.
clubs in school.
I think they should teach that in school.
If I remember right, when I was in school, we had the archery, and we did have a shooting class.
You had a gun
archery.
club.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't think anybody, even if you don't have to have a license now, right? You can cut.
Correct. You don't need.
Okay.
You do not need a
But
permit anymore.
If anybody is going to get, I don't think the store owners should sell a gun to anybody if they have not had a class on the proper way of shooting.
All right. Let me ask you this: do you think you should have the freedom of speech without a class on the constitutionality of that freedom of speech and the limits thereof? So what other constitutional right do you have where you have a prerequisite of schooling?
what I'm trying to say, I know, I agree with you on that. The freedom, well, we still be a sense, we still have a lot of censorship on our freedom of speech.
Not really. No, you really
We
don't.
have to be careful what we say on here.
You do.
It's almost time to go, guys.
Okay, just quick, just
51.
quick, right?
Okay.
Missed out on the video.
If you look at what freedom of speech, your rights you have, your Second Amendment rights, your freedom of speech, your freedom of the press, all of those are for this primary purpose of being able to speak out against the government and maintaining the control of the country in the hands of the people, not the government. So freedom of speech and freedom of the press, speaking out against the government is what you're free to do.
Well,
Pornography or cuss words don't help as far as speaking out against the government, so aren't as protected.
I guess then, when we talk about the Second Amendment right.
Yeah.
These people who have been in prison, not for murder,
Right.
nothing that maybe drugs.
Nothing violent. Let's say nothing violent.
They are not allowed to have a gun.
If they've been convicted of a felony, they are not.
I'm sorry. Then I do have a problem with that.
I have a problem with that too.
Okay.
I agree with you. I think
Hey, oh wow.
once in a row.
Yeah. But I really do. But I still think people should have to take, obviously we can't force them to, in class on the proper use of a gun. Maybe because my son's a gun instructor.
Well, and
maybe.
just, you
But
have
they
to
need to
take
learn how to
driving
shoot a gun.
lessons before you can have a license to drive a car.
You don't have a constitutional right to go driving.
I understand that.
I think it would be wise
Yeah.
to have, basic firearms and safety instruction in school so that most people know it. It's, the same argument as driver education.
Yeah.
But to require it goes a step too far for me.
Yeah. But okay. But because the high school I went to, they wouldn't let me in.
They wouldn't.
No.
They wouldn't let you in the shooting club.
No.
Why did you shoot the instructor?
Almost.
Oh, yeah. Well, then.
We went to one of the. Remember the old-fashioned chicken shoots they used to have?
Yeah, turkey shoot stuff like that. Yeah.
So I went to one. The guy told me to hold the gun up. I didn't like that. I pulled the barrel back, and I shot it, and almost hit the guy's head off. I didn't hold the gun up high enough.
Oh, what a jerk!
That was him. He didn't move.
You'll know better next time.
I haven't shot a gun since.
No.
I really
You want to go shooting?
No.
Come on. Yeah, your son will take you if you want
Yeah.
to.
When I learn how to properly shoot a gun, then I'll go shooting. When I don't think my vision's good enough to do it.
That's why I use a 30-round clip.
Well, Gary, thank you for coming on at the last minute. So you should have gotten Nels. When at the last minute, I want to thank you for coming into the last minute.
Thank you.
And I want to get a hold of that. Hope for Recovery. That sounds interesting.
Hope for New Hampshire Recovery. Melissa Cruz.
Melissa, yeah. And thank you for coming on and explaining, because all that stuff that was in there, I really, truly thought that the government was the one that was paying for all of this.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was donational driven.
Yeah, no, they were originally it was all donations, and then finally it's only in the last short while that the state government has started ponying up. And now all of a sudden there's problems because I think other people want that money.
Yeah, the ones I won't
think
say,
that's what the motivation is.
Once we get up there, I can tell you.
All right.
But I also will tell you this, because we're trying to start our own,
Nonprofit.
and a garbage that and I mean 30 pages that you have to go through.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And pay money.
Yeah.
Well, Gary, thank you for coming on. Lori, we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
But the week after that, you're going to be a
Right.
sabbatical. And everybody out there, remember, every day you're a winner. And you be gorgeous and handsome like I am. And of course, Gary. Are you handsome?
Me?
Yeah. We're all handsome in our own and good looking in our own way, right?
Right.
And I got everybody blushing.
Did I tell you?
See you next week.